Hello there. Good afternoon. My name is Holly and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, welcome. Today's video is going to be about backpacking gear that I'm swapping out, changing, adding for this upcoming 2025 hiking season. Okay, let's get started. I have my list here and all my items, and I'll be showing you each thing. So first thing I've swapped out is I normally use a trash compactor bag for lining my backpack. Absolutely nothing wrong with this. I've liked it. It's not like it's that heavy. This weighs 61 grams, and it works just fine. But I was buying some other stuff on Garage Grown Gear during a sale, so I decided to add a couple Nyloflume pack liners. So I got 2 Nyloflume pack liners, figuring I'll probably never have to buy another one again because I don't think they rip too easily. And so this weighs 28 grams versus the 61 grams. And these were only $2.16 each on the sale. So $4.32 I spent on those. Okay, next up is kind of a long process, and I'm going to go through all the changes I've made. So I'm a hammock camper, so I need to have either a underquilt or a pad, and I do have an underquilt, but it's a 20-degree underquilt, and there's really no need to have one that's rated that low in the summer. And so in the summer, I was using this is an Ozark Trail, one of the foldable egg crate ones. It weighs 517 grams. It cost me $28.97. And it worked fine. I mean, like on my pack, it certainly worked fine. It was great to take off when I took a break, and I could open it up as much or as little as I wanted, depending on how wet the ground was to sit on. And so in all regards, it worked great except for sleeping on it. I didn't find that just sleeping on this was very comfortable. Well, actually I was sleeping on the silver side, but it's not really all that comfortable in a hammock. And you're not meant to just sleep on one of these anyway. These are meant to be underneath, like, say, a blow-up pad. But I don't need a blow-up pad because I'm a hammock camper. So last year, I switched to a closed foam cell one. Again, this one was from Walmart. This weighs 394 grams, so quite a bit less than the 517 of this. And I want to say it was around $10. But this was a bit awkward on my pack. And as you can see here, there's all these little things where, like, it would catch on tree branches and stuff and rip. And it really wasn't all that comfortable to sleep on either. It was more comfortable than this, but the problem with this one is that you see that little bit of difference there in width? Just that little bit of difference made a huge difference as far as my arms going off the pad and my shoulders going off the pad and having cold spots. So, given up on this one as well. And I have finally ordered, let me get rid of both of these. And I finally got a summer weight. This is a 40-degree underquilt. And this is from Hotfoot, and it's 40-degree down underquilt. It weighs 554 grams, so more than even the egg crate. Actually, no, less than the egg crate, but more than the foam, closed foam cell. But yeah, I'm going to enjoy this much better. So this is going to be for my summer. Okay, since I now have an underquilt, for summer, I mean, I have an underquilt for spring and fall, but most of my hiking is in the summer. And so the few times I need the heavier underquilt didn't warrant adding any more gear. But since I do most of my hiking in the summer and I've got the underquilt, my hammock, my quilt, all of that stuff, I decided to get a catch-all sack. So this is from Simply Light Design, and it was fairly, I don't think it was very expensive. I want to say maybe $25. It only weighs 96 grams. You can order it with different options. One of the options I got was an outside zipper pocket, and this is what I will put my straps in. I use Venom straps for my hammock, so that I don't have to have just a separate little bag to put them in. And then the other option I ordered was vented. So it has this venting here that allows for the air to escape when you're stuffing it all into the bottom of your, stuffing it all into the bottom of your backpack. So the point of all this, anyway, is that you slide this over. It's like a snakeskin for like, say, your tarp. I have a snakeskin for my tarp. And this is basically a bigger snakeskin for your underquilt, hammock, and top quilt. So everything just stays as it is. This slides over the whole thing. You close both ends with these. And then you roll it all up and stuff it into the bottom of your backpack. So no more hanging your hammock and then putting your quilt in and then adding your underquilt. It's all just already there. And since it'll all be packaged up as one package, I will probably leave my sleep clothes in the hammock as well. Just my sleep clothes in there with my top quilt. And since I'm probably going to leave some stuff in there that I always have in my hammock, also from Simply Light Design, I added a peak bag. So this will hang at the head end of my hammock, just laying down in my hammock. Obviously, if it's too long, it hangs down too far and it's too close to my head, you can just fold it up and slip that onto the carabiner as well. And then the things you need that you might need during the night are handy and right there for you to grab. I do have one side pocket in my hammock, but it's kind of in my way because it's basically where Wiggles always lays. And so he's bumping into the stuff and everything. So this would be good for my phone, my battery bank, my cords, which is, I'll be charging those things at night when I'm sleeping. Things like that. My headlamp, all those little things. Some of these things will stay in here all the time. So I will basically use this as my storage bag for my battery bank and my cords because I'll be just hanging it in my hammock at night anyway. So peak bag, great idea. And I think this was maybe $15. I know that both items together with shipping and everything else, it was all less than $50. So it wasn't expensive. And this weighs, did I say that? 28 grams. Okay, so next up is, I've debated back and forth and gone, let me grab these, all sorts of ways with my camp shoes. These are what I used 2 years ago, and these are just from Walmart, tried and true brand. They weigh 299 grams. And I had bought these because I thought, well, if I want to take my shoes off and do water crossings, then they have the straps and they're not going to go anywhere. I found that I never did that. I would use these in camp, but I wouldn't actually use them for water crossings. I use Ultra Olympus anyway. They dry wicked fast, so I just troop through water crossings. I can't be bothered changing out my shoes and taking them off and doing all that stuff. It's just a waste of time to me. Especially when my shoes dry so fast anyway. And my feet don't really get cold. With wool socks, if they're wet, it's not cold. And My feet tend to be kind of hot when I'm hiking, so it all works out. So 299 grams, I'm not using those anymore. And instead what I got were these slides from Dollar Tree. $1.25 at Dollar Tree, and they only weigh 116 grams. These are perfect for camp. And the reason why they're so much more perfect for camp than these is because I usually have to get up in the middle of the night to pee. And with these, I'm fumbling around trying to get them on my feet to go off and pee. These, I just step out of my hammock, right into these, and off I go. There's no fumbling around. I'm not trying to fuss with straps or anything else. So I love these, and these are what I used all last year for camp shoes and what I will continue to use. I just don't think I ever talked about this switch before. Okay, so because I no longer have either one of those pads to sit on when I take a break, I bought a sit pad. And this one was from AliExpress. I paid $3.96 for it, and it weighs 55 grams. And it's absolutely the perfect size. I'm quite happy with this and look forward to using it this summer. What else have I got here? Oh, I forgot to get that out, but I'll get it. Well, hold on. Okay. One of the other things I was ordering when I ordered from Garage Grown Gear on their sale was a Gossamer Gear umbrella holder. Weighs 15 grams, cost me $5.39 on sale. And I have not bought a lightweight umbrella yet. I'm just going to use an umbrella I have. It's not that terribly heavy, but I want to try it out first and see if I want to futz with that whole contraption first. Now, that may take a few hiking trips before I finally actually have to use an umbrella in the rain, but I am not spending a lot of money on an ultralight umbrella, like a Six Moon Design or Gossamer Gear or anything like that, until I know if I really want to use an umbrella. But $5.39 on a 15-gram piece of gear, which holds, I've already tried it, it'll hold just a regular umbrella just fine, was worth it to me. So I will be trying that out this summer and then deciding if I want to get an umbrella or not, like an actual real backpacking umbrella. Okay, so I think the rest of the stuff I have here has to do with food. So, all right, we're going to start with my cook pot. So my cook pot is a titanium, and it's basically two pots, right? So it's kind of big, but I really like it. And I had made this lightweight bag for it, but it's kind of fiddly to get it in there. It's like, it takes a bit of doing, and it aggravates me, especially when my fingers are cold. So again, these are from AliExpress. I ordered these, yes, AliExpress, these bands. All right, it was a set of 5 for $2.94. So less than $3 for a set of 5. They're all 5 are different color. This is the red one. It weighs 12 grams, and this is what I will be using on my pot instead of a stuff sack. I can do this much quicker, and I don't have to bother with the stuff sack anymore. The stuff sack actually weighs 15 grams, so this is only 12 grams, so I'm actually saving a tiny little bitty bit of weight as well. Not that that was the plan, I just wanted something easier. Okay, so moving on with more things with my cook pot. As you know, I always bring, I almost always bring a biscuit mix that you just add water and you can make a biscuit. And I know that's kind of a luxury item when you're hiking, but I really enjoy it, and I am not ready to give it up. So originally, this is what I used. This is a popover tin. This is aluminum. It weighs 29 grams. I bought it was a set of 6 of them for $12.99 on Amazon, and it worked great. I have a little Pepsi soda can ring that it sits on inside my pot, and then the biscuit bakes in here, and it worked great. It's a bit bulky. I mean, my alcohol stove fits inside of here, which is good, but it's just sort of bulky to put in here with other things I need to put in there, like my lighter and my little scrub mat and things like that. So then I switched to this, and this is, okay, so this is 29 grams. This is 13 grams. This is the container that a company called Better Goods, this was what, I don't know, some tuna pasta meal was in. And when you pull the pop lid off, this is all rounded. It's not a sharp edge. And I thought, oh, that would be perfect to use. And it is. It has been perfect to use. But this tends, because this is so much thinner than this aluminum, this tends to burn the bottom of the biscuit. So that's not enjoyable. So I'm going to try something else. I haven't actually tried it yet, but we're going to try it and see if it'll work. And that is from AliExpress. I bought this silicone mat for $2.62. And it's a mesh silicone mat, so it's not as heavyweight as a full silicone mat would be. And what I did was I cut out this little shape. Hopefully you can see this little shape. I cut out this little shape, and what I will be doing is dropping it into the pot a little bit, part way, not all the way, big airspace underneath it, and then putting the lid on, and then baking my biscuit, sitting on this mat. And I think that will work. Number one, it's going to be higher off the bottom, and it won't have the aluminum ring conducting even more heat to the bottom of this pan. So I can take the aluminum ring out. It sits curled up inside my alcohol stove. I can take that out, and I will obviously try this out before I go on trail with it to see how it works, but I think this is going to be a brilliant idea. Okay, what else have we got here? Okay, so I'm trying to get away from cooking in my pot, because obviously if you're cooking in your pot, you need to put it in your bear bag or your bear vault or whatever you're using, and I don't want to have to do that. So I am going to stop cooking in my pot and only boil water in my pot. And that means I need something to soak my dehydrated meals in. So I've had these for quite some time. These are a Rusby brand, reusable Ziploc bags. They're kind of like well, you can hear them. They're kind of like a hard plastic. I have some little silicone snack bags too. They're a lot heavier, but I tested this out, and I can pour water, like I haven't tried pouring boiling water in there. I just heat my water up to the boiling, just when it starts to roll, and then I pull it off. And I've poured it in here, and nothing happened. No damage, works fine. So I am going to use one of these to soak the dog's food in. That eliminates a container. Oh gosh, I didn't grab that. Excuse me, I had a little screw top lid container that I used to soak the dog's food in, but that was too small for actually the dog to eat out of. So then I had to use this, which is also very heavy. Anyway, more on that in a minute. This one here is the one I will use to soak the dog's food in. I don't use the sandwich size bag. It's kind of too big for anything I need. But I do want to this size. So I just bought some more. I found these at Sierra. I think I bought these at Marshall's like 3 or 4 years ago. But I just found these at Sierra the other day. So it's got 2 of the snack bag size and then 2 of the sandwich size bag for only $2.99. So for 4 of these bags, that's not bad. And I'll use these 2 dark blue ones for my food and 1 of these for Wiggles' food. And the reason why I need 2 of these is because I like to, most of the meals I dehydrate, I don't dehydrate as a meal. I dehydrate individual items, and then I put them together as dehydrated products into a container or bag or whatever to make a meal out of them. And I'll do a video on that later. But so what I often want to do is I want the rice cooked separately than the stew or whatever that I'm going to put with the rice, because I don't necessarily want them mixed together. I want the rice and then the stew on top of it or around it or whatever. I'm kind of picky like that. So I'll take 2 of these bags for me for meals and 1 of these bags for Wiggles. And these bags weigh, I think it's like 10 grams each. So perfect. Here, let me find this. Yeah, 10 grams each. So there we go. Okay, because I'm no longer going to cook in my pot, I need something to eat out of, because I don't want to eat out of this Ziploc bag, because I'll have 2 Ziploc bags, one with rice or pasta or mashed potatoes or whatever, and the other one with the rest of the meal. So also from AliExpress, I bought one of these Snap bowls. Now, the name brand of these is like, I don't know, $10 or $12 a piece. It's a ridiculous amount of money. This one from AliExpress was $2.13, and it's absolutely identical other than the pattern on it. So this is what I will be eating out of, this Snap bowl. It's lightweight, cleans easily, stores easily. I'm very happy with it. So I also mentioned that I used to have to soak Wiggles' food in this container and then put it into this bowl, which is wicked heavy. This bowl weighs 76 grams. And I got him the Snap plate. So this plate, oops, I'm having trouble snapping this one. Hold on. Well, let's forget that one for right now. And he's already eaten out of it a couple times. It works just great, no problems. Why am I having trouble with this one? There we go. Sorry about that. So this is the plate, and he has no problem eating out of this. He would have a bit of a problem eating out of the bowl. I'd rather eat it out of the bowl myself. You know, he might scoot this around a little on the ground, but he can get to all his food. So this will be Wiggles, and this only weighs, I don't know, 26 grams. I think the bowl weighs like 28 or 30 grams. So there's that. Finally, I think the last thing I have here is, so this is the bowl, cup, whatever I used to use. I would use this for coffee. I would also use it for like my oatmeal or whatever in the morning. So I couldn't have my coffee and my oatmeal at the same time, but I did not want to carry 2 of these, obviously. And I didn't like drinking the coffee out of the pot because it cooled off way too quickly, because it's not very much coffee that I'm drinking. And this is a pretty, big around surface, so it cooled off too quickly. This one here weighs 60 grams. It's just an Ozark Trail brand, and it holds 16 ounces. Well, now that I have the bowl, I don't need anything all that big for food, like for oatmeal or anything like that. So from Temu, I ordered this, and I will not be taking the lid with me. So that cuts out like 15 grams right there. I want to say this weighs 28 or 30 grams. And you see how small it is? And you're thinking, oh, that's way too small, right? But the coffee I use, Copico, makes a 150 milliliter cup, which isn't very much. It's like a little less than 6 ounces. It's like 5 ounces. It's about 5 ounces, which is plenty for me. I don't want to have to chug down a huge cup of coffee in the morning. I just want the quick fix of that taste and the warmth and all that. This holds 170 mil. This makes 150 mil, so this size is perfect for my coffee. And I can have my coffee at the same time as I have my cereal or my oatmeal or whatever it is I'm eating for breakfast. So win-win, win-win all the way around. And this I think weighs, I want to say it weighed 48 grams, and then with the lid it was 57 grams. I won't be taking the lid. So yeah, much better option than this big heavy one here. So that's all my gear changes. Please, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. Or if you have any other suggestions for me, I'd be happy to hear them. Or what gear swaps you've made. I'm interested in hearing what you've swapped out as well. So thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.